All right, students, so we now have a score set up. We need to get back in our count and pull up our score. If you're not sure how to do that, again, from your home page on Noteflight, we want to choose the score we created, which will say a la mode, and then have your name. I'll choose the one that looks like yours, and here we go. Except you should have your name, not mine. Our next step is we need to start making our score look like the one that I created for you in your HyperDoc. So our job is to recreate this entire score. The only difference is it'll have your name here instead of Ricky Bobby. So I think the first thing that's easiest to do and best to do is to get the right number of measures. You'll see that there are 8 measures. There are 4 measures on the top up here, and there are 4 measures on the bottom down here. So we need 8 total. So we get back to our score, and there's not an easy button for that. So you have to come over to this menu right here. When you click on it, you'll get all these different options, and you can scroll them up and down for just a few more options. We obviously want the one that says measure. And then you have all these options of things you can do to measures. We are going to add measures, and it really doesn't matter. We can add them before or after right now. I'm going to hit after. It's just the safest way. If you're trying to add length to your score, just to put them on the end. So I'm going to click that 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 measures. So now our score is the right length. It matches this, but obviously it does not look like this yet. You'll notice here we have a flute staff and a piano staff. On our score, we just have the piano staff. And it doesn't say piano yet, but it will here in a second. So we need to add an instrument. There is a shortcut button right up here that says Instruments, and we're going to click on that. And you'll notice we already have piano. That's what this is. And to add one, you simply click Add Instrument. We need to add flutes. So we're doing a flute and piano piece, and we are all choosing flute, even if we don't play flute right now. So back over here, flute is a woodwind instrument. So click on the woodwind, and then you have these options for woodwind instruments. We're going to choose flute. You don't need to change any of this unless you want to, but we don't have any reason to. So we just hit OK. And you'll notice we have flute, but it is down below the piano. So we need to, at this time, click on flute, drag it up above piano right here, and you'll notice on the score it did the same thing. I found out that if you get out of this part after you create flute and you go to doing other stuff, it doesn't let you drag that way for some reason. So make sure you do that now before you start doing other tools or before you X out of this little window. But ours looks correct. So if we look at our score, you'll notice we have flute on top, piano on bottom, and we have 8 measures. And we have the same over here, flute on top, piano, and we have 8 measures total. So we are now going to X out of the Instruments tool. We are done there. We have created an 8 measure score with flute and piano. And you are done with part 3.